Hey guys, I'm Tamika and welcome to Mika Tart, the show that promises to be fun, entertaining, and lighthearted. So yes, I am in Christmas colors because Christmas is in another few days. And today I'm not quite thinking about Christmas, but I'm thinking about what Christmas may cause. And that's eating all of those cake and candies, rotten teeth. So I'm thinking, how is it possible? How is it humanly possible that people get rotten teeth at the front? Like, I can understand the back, I can understand all the way around there, I can even understand the ones at the side. But the front teeth? How? Why? So if you've experienced that, which I don't think you'd want anybody to know, but if you've experienced it or you know someone that has, then let me know how it is that they've managed to get rotten teeth at the front of their mouth. All right, stay safe for Christmas. Pastor of Peter's ministry, Reverend Apostle Peter Chambers, came into the spotlight after it was alleged he made threats against the Prime Minister, the Honorable Andrew Holness. Welcome to the channel, sir.
Blessings.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
So now, a lot of persons would refer to you as the controversial pastor. But before this incident, who were you? What would people say about Peter Chambers?
Well, I'm just a peaceful person. I'm a community person. I have a basketball club in the community pursuing young men, grooming young men. I use the basketball as a means to get them into sport and also, grooming men for the next generation. So, and also I am a religious minister. I have been preaching over the years and just a simple man, but the Lord just spoke to me and I did what he spoke to me about and I became a controversial one.
So you were born in St. Anne's?
No, I was born in Spanish Town and my mother abandoned me in the hospital and then I was sent to the government, the state, that is Hanbury Children's Home in Kendall, Shooters Hill. That's where I was grown. And Salvation, Salvation Army is a Christian-based organization. So all of my religious teachings came from the Salvation Army.
So at what age did you find God?
At age 17, and I'm going to explain carefully what caused me to become saved. Remember, I grew in the children's home, so we were taught whether we want it or not, we have to, the devotions that is kept, prayer meeting, Bible study, all of those, that the curriculum is structured. At the age of 17, after I left high school, that's Belfield High School in Manchester, I was also an athlete, a long distance runner, a champion, everything. After that, when I left school, I was enrolled into Nakalva Agriculture Institution that is in Anova. And I went to take the test to enroll into the college. And while coming back, I met in an accident. Those days, I think it's in the 90s, there were ladders, those who remember the ladders at taxi. I was in that car and the car just flipped. We don't know what happened, it flipped. I think the accident happened in Alan Bambo. I don't know if you know Alan Bambo in St. Elizabeth. And everybody in the car was injured. Some were rushed to the hospital, some died. And I was the only person who came out with a scratch.
Wow.
So, that awaked the God inside of me. I don't know if the God inside of me was dormant, because remember I was taught, the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. So that, opened a door for me to step in, because I think I could never forget. I will never forget. The policeman said to me, "Boy, you better go to church." because everybody got in hospital and you going home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that inspired me to give my heart to Jesus, and that's where it started.
And when did you become a minister?
I think it's I have, as a matter of fact, from then I have been ministering even in school.
Wow.
Ministering in school, so that helps to, you know, prepare me for my ministerial responsibilities. But I think it's about 2006 I became, 2003, 2006 I was installed as a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
And during your ministry, it has been said that you spoke on healing into people's lives, you
Yes.
prophesied.
Yes.
So when you came on the air, prophesying was not something that is new to you.
No. It wasn't. As a matter of fact, when you do something on a constant basis, it just become a part of you. So I was not like the little come up prophets who prophesied. It's my lifestyle. Most of the people in the community who have came in contact with my ministry, they recognize that, you know, the Lord has been speaking through me. And it's, as a matter of fact, the prophetic is a ministry, it's a very technical ministry. It is not a ministry that I love, not because I don't want to do it, because I know the consequences that comes behind the prophetic. Because in the whole scriptures, it declares that when a prophet prophesies, they have to stay in the mountains until the prophecy come to pass. But you saw the experience that I had, the social media. I was abused, refused, undermined, all manner of things they did, just like the prophets of old. But when you're called for that specific office, it doesn't matter what people says, because even though many of my prophecies have came to pass, and there are some that haven't come to pass as yet, people say that I'm false, but it doesn't really trouble me, because if you look at Jesus, remember Jesus was the Son of the living God. He was the Messiah, and they called him Beelzebub. They said that he's a drunkard, he's a liar, he's a false prophet. And there's another scripture in Matthew that says that the prophet has no honor in his own country. So I'm not looking for recognition in Jamaica. I'm looking for recognition in the heavenlies. So I'm doing the work of the Lord, you know.
When the prophecies don't actually come through, what is the reason for that?
Well, prophecies comes from 3 dimensions: the present, the future, and the past. So if you notice, when the first video came out, most of the prophecies did not came to pass, but gradually they began to come to pass, because there's another prophecy where the Lord gave me that there's a thief in the cabinet, and we see the unscrupulous things that is happening in the cabinet, the money that is being stolen, and etc., etc. That prophecy was given from last year. So prophecies, you have to understand, when you study the Bible carefully, you have to understand that prophecies, it's not all prophecies are for now. Prophecies can be futuristic, it can be for the present, can be for the past. And if you could remember, I think it was Isaiah who prophesied about the Messiah. Did he saw the Messiah? The Messiah came after. So we can reason prophecy from various perspectives. But it's just that most people, because of lack of knowledge and they have no experience, they view prophecies that it must come to pass now. But the Lord told me that all the prophecies that he has given to me, they will be coming to pass. And one by one, we see them, even until today, the prophecies are coming to pass.
So you had mentioned in some of your prophecies that there will be the death of cabinet members, that there will be an earthquake, and we had one in 2020 and in 2021. But some would argue that these things would happen anyway.
Well, the point is not about what, the point is not about whether it will happen or not. Because remember, prophecies have been given from ages. So we're just coming to reinforce. The Lord just raising up prophets to reinforce what was already being said. So you can look at it from that perspective. People are going to view it from but others, because all the prophets, you have major prophets, you have minor prophets, and all of these prophets, they have prophesied. And as I use Jeremiah, Isaiah, they prophesied about the coming of the Lord, the coming of the power of the Holy Spirit, and they didn't experience. They weren't alive. Elijah again prophesied about Jezebel's death. Elijah died before Jezebel's death. So people would say that he's false. So we can reason it from various perspectives.
So the big day or the big thing in question is your prophecy on the Prime Minister's death.
Oh, that is.
So
everybody's looking carefully for that one.
How do you feel about the reaction of the state in terms of you speaking on social media about that? Did you think that?
Trust me, I don't feel a way about it, because what you need to understand, where did it came from? How did it start? When the pandemic came to Jamaica last year, 2020, that is in March, I followed all the protocols, I followed all the rules, prepared my church for everything, but I went and fasted. I started seeking the Lord. I used the lockdown for seeking the Lord. And one night, 3 o'clock after prayer, the Lord brought me into a trance. And the Lord said to me, Peter, I need you to speak on my behalf, because I need a voice, I need a prophet to speak on my behalf, but I can't find any, because all of our men and women of God are connected to the government. So the Lord said, Peter, listen, this is how serious it is. If you don't speak, you're going to die. If you speak, they're going to want to kill you. So which one would you want? I said, I'd rather to die in your will. So the Lord spoke to me to speak these words to him. So it is for him to look into the word, not from a pride perspective, but from humility.
Did you expect any of that to happen with the counterterrorism and organized crime investigation branch? You thought they'd swoop down on you?
Remember in one of my videos, it was disclosed. I told them, the Lord told me that they will be coming for me.
Wow.
So the video is there. It's there to confirm everything that took place. The Lord showed me that they were coming for me. So I prepared myself specifically for their arrival. But the conclusion of the matter is their objectives was not carried out.
What would you say their objectives were?
Their objectives were to eliminate me. Look at the allegation. I know you're a thinker and I'm a thinker. An allegation as a threat to the Prime Minister. What is your motive coming for me? With the anti what again?
The counterterrorism and organized crime.
CTAC.
Yes, CTAC.
Yes, actually 30 to 50 men came for me. Everybody strapped. They were in black. That's a dead squad.
What time was that?
That's they came. I heard that they came 3 o'clock, but they
in the morning.
Yes, in the morning, but they knocked at my door 5 o'clock in the morning, and the sniper, the soldier that approached me at the door, slapped me in my chest, put me to the wall with a machine gun in my head. The power of God came down on him. He stumbled, and whatever objectives was dismantled. And he confessed to us, my wife and the members of my church who came to visit me in CTAC. He said that the assignment was for your death, but God's vindicated you. So I'm a testimony, and I'm not bitter with them. It is the purpose of God. You know, when you are called by God, you don't worry about death. You know, a lot of people did that. As a matter of fact, I've came under multiple death threats from 2020 to 2021.
From people on social media?
Social media. They send me in WhatsApp, in Messenger. Especially those are the political side. But as I said, I'm not afraid. I do a lot of ministry in the ghetto era, in some of the most dangerous territories. So, when somebody send me a check, it is just like a normal day for me.
Walk me through this. So they came down,
Yes.
they knocked on your door,
Yes.
the man placed you against the wall.
Yes.
Did they handcuff you?
After I identified myself, and they put me on cuff.
And they took you to the police station?
No. They searched my house, took away all our gadgets. That is why I didn't see any video or anything. They took away my gadgets. My children were highly traumatized.
Oh dear.
Because my 3 kids, Nathan, Samuel, and Rebecca, the 2 smaller ones, they were traumatized.
How old?
One is 6 and the one is 12. They were traumatized, but the bigger one, Samuel, he wasn't traumatized. Just that he said he was sad that they took me, put handcuff on me like a criminal. But I said, Samuel, but I prepared, because I told my wife, before 2 weeks before it happened, I told my church members that it's going to happen, and I told my wife, and my wife could not sleep. I think for that night she couldn't sleep. So I told her, so she said to me, honey, you can't pray against it. I said, no, it's the will of God. It's something that I've seen in my vision. And I can share the vision with you. In 2003, the Lord gave me a vision. I was preaching in a community. And there was a revival, a great revival. And I don't know what happened. Something went wrong. And a rope was put around my hand. And it was tied to a Red Bull. Those who understand biblical principles and symbols, a Red Bull represents leader.
Oh.
The leader. The bull, a leader, a Prime Minister.
And your
whatever.
hand was tied.
My hand was tied to the Red Bull, and then I came out of the vision. So the Lord, brought the revelation to me that I would be put behind bars.
How long did you stay in jail for?
I think it's one night and one day.
What was that experience like?
Well, let me be honest with you. Because of the state that I was growing in, it felt like I was going back into a children's home.
Oh, wow.
Because I had a tough time in the children's home. I suffered suicide, abuse, verbally, physically, and I'd gone through a lot. So when they apprehended me, there was not a fear. Because even the policemen who apprehended me, they said, Pastor, you're the first person that we were ordered to send for. And we haven't seen an ounce of fear in your face. I was prepared to die for the cause. One of the police said, you really would sacrifice yourself for this? I said, listen, who would sacrifice himself for the kingdom of God?
Well,
I receive a crown of
wouldn't
glory.
know.
Yeah, I know a lot of people wouldn't do so, but the prisoners, they treated me like a king. I believe the Lord gave me divine favor because I was among some men, some of the most notorious personnel in the prison.
So they knew who you were?
Yes, they knew everybody. When I was leaving, the inspector said to me, and I must give my respect to the inspector, the top inspector of CTAC. He was the one who gave the conclusion of the matter for my freedom. And I believe that I must honor him, through this medium. And he said that, Pastor, you're the first person that comes here and affect the whole prison cell.
Wow.
They showed me high respect. As a matter of fact, those who have experiences with being in the prison, you have a judiciary there. You know that?
No.
Yes, you have the judge, you have the jury. They try your case, and the prisoners tried my case, and they looked at me. They say, "You're a free man, and you can't keep you there. You're a free man." And the very thing that the prisoners said, it came to pass. So the prisoners saw that I was an innocent man, because the thing about it, what people need to understand, when the video went out, most of the people watched the splice video. The prisoners now review all the videos. So are you saying that the prisoners are more smarter?
So they had access to all of that technology?
Well, not in all cases, just that some they have access to the gleaner and everything. So all the information that they have, they bring it together and do their research. And I think that professionally they know what they're doing.
They rival everybody.
Yes, they know what they're doing.
You mentioned that someone said, "Why would you die for this?" How do you feel about some of the pastors' reaction to it? Because not all pastors were in support.
Well, I know that the majority were against me, but I have nothing against them. I love them with the love of the Lord, and I understand why they would react. Because you see, when you have knowledge about a thing, it is different from when you don't have a knowledge. So because the Lord has prepared my heart for all that is happening around my life, and in Jamaica, it doesn't affect me, because I have pastors who oppose me, many of them who have came to me secretly, and made their apologies, and as I said to them and the others who haven't gotten the chance to say, listen, I have nothing against you.
There have been talks that you were one of the supporters of Kevin Smith's ministry. Is that true?
Let me break it down for you. I came in contact with Kevin Smith 2 weeks before the incident happened.
How was that possible?
And let me tell you what happened. The Lord gave me a vision. The Lord gave me a prophetic word that they're going to kill him and set him up. So that's how I got to Kevin, nothing else. Gave him the word and move on.
Really?
Yes. So that is the reason why Kevin and I came in contact. The Lord gave me the word that they're going to set him up, they're going to kill him, and I asked him, I told him, I said, sir, please be careful. They're going to eliminate, they're going to kill you.
And what was his response to you?
Well, he said, Pastor, you know that all of us are here for a specific reason. So I have to carry out my purpose and things. So I gave him the word and move on.
So you didn't maintain contact after that?
No. So all of what people are saying is a speculation, because the Lord showed me that some of the very people went into my profile looking for pictures
with you and him.
But there is no reference, because our contact was only on a phone. I've never met him. I've never met Kevin in person. Never met him in person. We were supposed to meet, but because of my busy schedule, it was not possible. Every time that I tried to schedule a time to meet with him, it just dismantled. So now I understand why. Because if we had met now, they would have
linked the two of you together.
Thank you.
But did you hear of him? You would hear of Kevin Smith. You heard of him? That's why you knew how to contact him?
No, it's remember, we have the social media platform, because he sent out a video of a prophecy about Jamaica and Canada. So that's how I knew about him. But I was praying one day and the Lord spoke to me, and I was troubled. I came out of that prayer troubled in my spirit. So I sent it up on Facebook that if anybody knows Kevin Smith, if they could give me his contact number, because the Lord gave me a word for him. And I said, the very thing I'm saying to you, that's what I said. I typed it up on Facebook, that they're going to set you up and kill you.
Wow.
And the negative people now, they took my post and broadcast it all over, and they sabotaged me, they ostracized me, they said all manner of things. And after Kevin's death, everybody mouth closed.
But you said set him up. So is it that you feel that he's not guilty of anything that he's
No, it's
done?
not feel. I'm just telling you what the Lord has revealed to me. that whatever that transpired with Kevin, it was a setup.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Those people in high places, they know him. And listen, they had to eliminate Kevin because Kevin had secret for everyone, but not Peter Chambers.
Well, that's very important. You've said a few things, and I wanted to point to one. What is run up in your mango? Because you said it quite a few times.
Yes. I think that I use the Creole language, and you and I we know that the Creole language is very harsh. But one of the police he came over to me when in the interrogating room where they had me, and he said, Reverend Peter, I want to understand what you meant by run up in my mantle. It's just like, run up in my Glock, run up whatever.
Oh, okay.
But it was only run into the power of God. That's all that I meant.
If you could redo or change something about that day that you made, that prophecy, some people would call it a prediction about the Prime Minister, what would you change about it?
I wouldn't change anything about it. It is just thus said the Lord. Whether it is, let me use for example, if I say to you, the Lord says you will die, that's from the English perspective. You shall go down, you shall die. I reiterate it with the Creole language. You have to dead, you have to go down. Is it different from saying the very thing? So, Jamaica is a colorful country. Our language is colorful, and I realize that the Jamaicans don't respect our language. You notice the foreigners, they will spend millions of dollars just to hear you speak the language. But here we neglect the language, but the Lord has taught me to embrace this language. Because when I did my study, the language is coming from the Hebrew, the Greek, the African. It's colorful, and that is why the Jamaican country is so dominant. The people of Jamaica, we are some of the most powerful people on earth. And I believe that if we look into ourselves and accept who we are for how God made us, trust me, we will always be on top. Born to win.
Wow, that's definitely a mouthful.
Yeah.
So on this channel, we like to play games. So your game is called There's About to Be a New Testament. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a series of Bible questions, and you can answer. So you have 60 seconds in which to answer these questions. If you want to pass, you can pass and revisit. Are you ready? I know you don't look quite ready.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I'm not ready. What are the questions coming at me? I'm wondering if it's a pounding one. All right, go ahead.
All right, so let's go. At the crucifixion, what did the soldiers place on Jesus' head?
A thorn.
John the Baptist was put in prison for accusing Herod of what?
Sleeping with his brother's wife.
The Lord is my shepherd comes from which Psalm?
Psalm 23.
What is the famous line from Psalm 51?
Have mercy upon me, O Lord.
Yes. Where was John when he had the vision that inspired the book of Revelation?
On the Isle of Patmos.
How many Psalms are there in the Bible?
150. I can't remember, but it's 50.
150. In which book of the Bible are we told of Joseph's coat of many colors?
Genesis.
After Jesus rose from the dead, how long did he remain on earth?
I think it's 3 days. I can't remember.
40 days.
40 days.
Yes.
Jesus, that one beat the man.
How many gospels are there in
4.
the New? Okay, then you're not even wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And how much older was John the Baptist than Jesus?
I think he was 2 years older. I can't remember.
6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
Yes, because Yes, it's
But 8 out of 10 is superb. And I must commend you for that.
yes.
So as a token of your reward, you receive a Meek of Heart t-shirt. You can show the viewers. And it doesn't have run up in your mantle, but you are definitely meek at heart.
Yes. Bless you, man.
So thank you so much for coming. Christmas is in another few days. What will
Yes.
you be doing for Christmas?
Well, normally, I don't celebrate Christmas per se. I use the season more to seek the Lord.
Okay.
Spend more time in the presence of the Lord. It's just a time of reminiscing and refreshing and preparing for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the very best, and I hope that 2022 will be a prosperous one for you.
Praise God.
All right, thanks for coming.
Bless you.
Today's show is sponsored by Make Your Mark, where you can get resumes that allow you to stand out from the crowd. Email them at makeyourmarkjm@gmail.com. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so that you'll be the first to know when we post new content. And always remember, you can be the light that fights against the shadows.